Alright, what's going on, guys? This time it's gonna be a little bit different. We're doing a care video for my baby bearded dragon. His name's Titus. He's an active little guy. Anyways, I went out and bought him along with this 20-gallon long enclosure. A lot of people don't recommend sand, but this is Vitasand or Reptisand or whatever. It's calcium. People are worried about impaction. Honestly, I don't really think there's any real downside of sand because, one, he hasn't had any problems yet with the impaction. The only thing about this sand is that his feet turn kind of like red, so I might as well just get a different color sand. In his food, we got some collard greens, a little bit of kale. He already ate the veggies that were in there. I had sweet potatoes and some carrots. I feed him veggies once a week, and everything else is crickets and mealworms. So basically, I'm going to do some basic care, I guess you could say, on a bearded dragon. So we got his hot side over here. As you can see, that's where his basking spot is, but he usually chills right here. We got a nice little rock hide, some water over here. 95% of the time he chills right here. So that's about it. His basking spot, like right at the tip of that piece of wood, it's at 112 degrees for his temperature. On the hot side, it should be anywhere between 87 to 90, I believe 93 degrees. And the cool side should be anywhere between 82 to 80 during the day, and then during the night it's obviously going to drop a little bit. What we got here is we got a UVB bulb. I'll show you everything that came in this kit. Came with this terrarium hood with a 5.0 UVB bulb. That's 9 here. And then also we got the dome fixtures, which holds his night and day bulb. I'm trying to get these out. Reptisand 5.0 is what I got of his UVB. And then his day bulb is the Repti basking spot, 100 watt. So it's working pretty good. It's keeping the temperature up. What I did switch out though was he was using this, the nocturnal light, but it was 100 watts and it was keeping it way too hot during the night. It was like keeping it around like 90 degrees still. So I switched it over to the 50 watt night bulb that I was using for my ball python that I don't have anymore. So I switched it over and that's been doing good. He eats about a dozen crickets every day. And they are coated in Repti calcium. So he's a very good eater. The only downside is that he doesn't, like, I'll throw the crickets in there and he'll still sit right here. So what I have to do is remove everything from his cage and then dump the cricket, put him in the middle of the cage and then throw them on top of him, and then he goes crazy. But it's good to dust them in calcium. So remember that. Like I said, a lot of people don't like sand. When you think about it, what do they live on in the wild, you know? Like, they're in Australia on sand. So I don't really think there's anything wrong. Plus, it's calci sand, so, you know, he's not going to really die. I know a lot of people that swear by it. Let me get him for you. He's probably the coolest animal I've ever had. I don't know that. But let me turn on my light real quick. He has like the nicest patterns I've ever seen too. He's very aware of his surroundings and everything, so cool little guy. I recommend anyone getting. if you guys have any more questions, honestly, like, I'm going to be doing a lot of reptile care videos. I'm planning on getting either a green tree python or a red-tailed boa. So, I recommend anyone who wants to get a bearded dragon to get one. Probably the best beginner reptile, or lizard in general. So, water, food. Oh yeah, let me explain. Basically what I do is I put his lettuce in during the day, and then around like 7, 8 o'clock at night, before an hour before, 2 hours before he goes to bed, or I'll turn the lights off, I'll throw crickets in, a dozen of crickets, and he'll eat the entire dozen, plus some of his veggies that he ate earlier in the day. That's about it. If you guys have any more questions, let me know.